Hi, everybody. Welcome to Cooking and Exploring Food with Smitty. We are getting ready today to make shrimp and grits, and this is my rendition of it. If you go online, there's like tons of recipes, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. So, what happened is many years ago, we were on a cruise to the Bahamas and we had to change course because of a bad storm. Well, we went to, I believe it was North or maybe South Carolina, and I had shrimp and grits there, and I haven't been able to forget it since I had it. And believe me, I haven't tasted anyone's grits that taste like that. So, that's what we're going to do today. Let me get my stuff together, and I'll be back with you. Okay, so what I'm letting happen is my it's like a combination of 4 cups, 2 cups of chicken stock and 2 cups of water. So it's 4 cups of water. I'm letting it come to a roaring boil so that I can add my grits. Now, let me put a disclaimer here. I have never, ever been able to cook grits. So let's see what happens. I'm just so excited. So if these grits come out good, I'll be making grits all the time because usually when we have grits, I say, Steve, can you make the grits? So maybe, just maybe, this is going to work for me. So I'm letting this come to a boil. Your liquid has to be a roaring boil. So when it comes to a boil and I get ready to pour the grits in, I'll be back. Okay, so it looks like my water is coming to a roaring boil. So what I'm going to do, it's a cup of grits. I'm going to stir these in like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this front burner off because I'm going to put them on the back burner to let them finish cooking, which didn't take too much time. So I'm going to cover them and put them on the reduced heat so that they can start to um, so in the meantime, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to get ready to cook some slices of bacon. Okay, so I have my bacon cooking so I can get it all crisped up, and as you can see, my grits are starting to come together. And what I'm going to do is add a little milk to this and my cheese. So let's go ahead and get that started. Okay, so as I said, my grits are ready. I'm going to stir them around a little bit. And now I'm going to add a little milk just to give it a more creaminess. They said you can add heavy whipping cream, but I'm using what's in my refrigerator. So I'm going to stir that in. And then I'm just going to stir it around. And then what I'm going to add to this is my shredded cheese. Because I want them to be real cheesy. And you can use any kind of cheese you want. As I said, I use this in the refrigerator. Put that there. And let's just stir this around so that the cheese melts. Okay, and that's how it looks when the cheese melts. If it's still melting. So flopping everywhere. So, to that, I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I don't like to add a lot because it's got cheese in it. And add a little bit of salt. And then I'm going to add a little bit of pepper to this. My bacon is cooking. Stir it around. Let's give it a taste. Very, very good. So I guess I know how to make grits now. So let's put that there. This here. Let me get another fork. Okay. So I'm going to let my bacon cook until it gets crisp so that I can crumble it up. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and finish cooking the bacon, and I will be back when it's done so that we can take it to the next level. Okay, as you can see, my bacon's starting to get crisp, and what I'm doing is taking it out of the grease, and I'm laying it on a paper towel so that it could drain, and then I can start cooking my other stuff. Now, the recipe calls for me to cook the shrimp in the bacon fat, but I don't want my shrimp tasting like bacon fat. So I am going to do me and do it the way I want to do it, and that's what you guys should do. When you're making something, you make it the way you want it to be made, not the way they tell you to. Make it your own. So I'm going to let this bacon finish cooking, and then I'll come back. Okay, as you can see, I moved my skillet to another burner because this one was up really high, and I don't want to burn my butter. So what I'm going to do is leave it over here, and I'm going to add my butter. So that it can kind of melt around. And even though I took the grease out, I left the yummies in the bottom. Believe it or not, when you're cooking something, that stuff in the bottom of your skillet tastes very delicious on your food. So, let's get this all ready. And I'll melt it. And what I'm going to add in, I'm going to move it back over. And because it doesn't take shrimp long to cook, there we go. So because it doesn't take shrimp long to cook, I'm going to go ahead and add in my vegetables that I diced up. I do everything ahead of time. I have in here some, what do I have in here? Onions, and I have some cilantro, bell peppers, and I put some diced up carrots in it just so that it would have some color. You don't have to. Like I said, you can do yours the way you want to do it. And to this, I'm going to add my shrimp that I've had marinated. I'm going to add the shrimp and everything. The marinade and everything. So, shrimp doesn't take long to cook. So what we're going to do is stir this around and let this start to, the shrimp to turn pink is what we want. Turn that up a little. Let me get some lemon juice. Okay. The burner never does what you want it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let this start cooking. And to this, to give my shrimp some flavor, I'm going to add some smoked paprika. And I'm going to add some onion powder. Well, maybe I might have some up there. Okay. And then I'm going to add some minced garlic. You can use fresh garlic or whatever kind of garlic you want to use. And I'm using the mince that's already cut. Okay. So let's let this cook. I'm going to turn it up a bit so it can start doing its thing, and I'll be back with you. Okay, as you can see, my shrimp has turned pink, so that shows that it's done. And what I'm going to do right now is my bacon that I cooked earlier. I'm going to pour it back in. And then I'm going to add a little lemon juice, because it'll kind of cut the taste of the fatness in it. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is get ready to plate this up, and I'll be back with you. Okay, here is your shrimp and grits. It's all been plated, and let's give it a try. It's delicious. So make this recipe, make it your way, as I made it my way, and enjoy. So thank you for joining me on this cooking episode of Cooking and Exploring Food with Smitty. Have a great day.